Welcome back to Own the World Plays Out of the Park Baseball 21. We are still the Chicago White Stockings, and it is 1880. We are going to go ahead and jump on in and start the season. So for those of you who have forgotten, we are predicted to win this one out. Not as much. Rest of the league, they're saying, it's supposed to be closer to 500. They're saying it's a American League year. So we'll see how this goes. And we open with the Red Caps, so a rerun of the World Series where we got swept last year to start it off. We finished with the last two against them too, I feel like. I feel like we've just been playing them of late. And we get a little bit of a late start to the season. We've already played 3 games, but that's not going to help because that means we're on their ace, and it's an 11-15 loss. Not enough there. Pike gets 2 hits, Anson 2 hits, Hyam 2 as well. Dory Dean gets beat by Riney Walters. And then up next is the Athletics. We do get that one, 6-5 in walk-off fashion. Oh boy, is that walk-off fashion. 5 in the 9th to tie it, and then 1 in the 10th. Jim Foran with the walk-off hit in this one. So Anson getting 3 hits, 4 and 2, and 2 RBIs. Radcliffe had a pair of RBIs as well. Pratt is going to get credit for the win with 1 earned run in 10 innings. And next up will be Cleveland. We're rolling through the American League here early. Ooh, 11-9 loss. Hopefully this isn't starting off like last year. Cleveland defeated us. That was a lot of runs there. I think we played the better game, it looks like, though. 2 hits for Anson, 3 for Hollingshead, 2 for Hyam, 2 for Devlin. And Spalding takes the loss. Now it's Philadelphia again. But we get that one, so that should be a Dory Dean one. And we don't score till the end of that one. Wow. That is 8 runs in the 8th and 9th to put this one away. Fissler goes 4 for 5 with a double and 3 singles, scoring 3. And otherwise, pretty much just 1 hit apiece. Devlin also hit a home run in this one. So he gets the first one for us this year. And it's the Red Caps again. It's been all American League so far, and more or less the top. But even though the Athletics are playing below 500 ball. And we received a personal message. Player development update. Holly Hollingshead. Yeah, just kind of bouncing around their stuff. Jack Leary, his stamina has improved. Okay. Arthur Irwin looking even better. Yeah, that is going to be awesome because that will be our next shortstop. So we are heading towards that. We might be able to start considering making a trade to move him into the lineup here. But then a 1-0 win, those are always fun. It's a 3-hitter for Al Pratt. We only get 5, so there's not a lot that went on. Radcliffe had 2 of them, and he drove in the 1 run. So on we go. Next up is a game against Cincinnati, who is in first place. I don't know if we can flip it because there's so many teams. But we move into the tie with a 10-9 win. We score early, and we push us at the end. So 3 hits there for Anson, 2 for Spalding, 2 for Fissler and Radcliffe. Anson gets I guess not. I was misread hits his RBIs again. But that's okay. They're going to give John Clapp credit for them. He is somebody who is always available if we want him. Centennials. Hopefully we can... Well, the Centennials have gotten to be a much better team. Like, they're competitive. They've got some real studs. It's stars and scrubs at this point. We do walk it off. Clutch hit Jim Carlton. Oh, yeah, he's one of those guys we traded for, isn't he? He's a body. We brought for this reason, just as an extra hitter. But that trade pays off in that win. And Spalding even got in the game as a pinch hitter. 2 hits for Anson, 2 for Dory Dean, and 2 for Fissler. Fissler off to the hot start. hitting 469. Georgia Knight picks up the win. Next up would be Boston again. We're getting these Boston games out of the way. Hopefully we can get some of them. But they have just had our number. That is a 4-2 loss. Again, they commit 8 errors. We commit 4. Pike gets 2 hits. Pratt gets 2 hits. No extra base hits for us, and that would be the problem. Okay, Troy. $12-5. A lot of runs scored in this one. Hyam 3 for 5 with a triple and a double. Scores 3, drives in 2. Anson has 3 hits as well and drives in 1. And Fissler has 3 hits and drives in 3. So lots of people had good games. Spalding picks up the win. Next game is another one versus Troy. And we lose that one, 7-2. They're throwing Dick McBride. That would be the biggest issue there. Let's see. Anson's the one who has lots of numbers. Looks like he got his first homer of the year. That's really about the only thing that happened in this game, because we had 3 hits. So coming up is a pair with Buffalo. First there, and then or first at home and then away. So Buffalo's jumped out to the early lead at 11-3. And now they're going to get even farther away if we're losing 6-2. So Duran, Hyam got hits, but those are ugly losses. Let's see if we can get them now. Return the favor. We do return the favor. 6-3. Scoring 2 in the second, third, and fourth. We're going to pair it Devlin a little bit. But 2 hits at top. Everybody gets 1, and 1, 2, 3 also get a second one. So Fissler, Radcliffe, and Pike with a second hits apiece. Spalding goes to 3 and 1. Next up, another game against Troy, who's just kind of piddling along. I mean, there's just a big, messy middle right now. 6-2. We get 4 in the top of the 9th to win that, so that is good. I'm going to say Pratt was the one who gets credit. Lots of 9 hits, 2 for Radcliffe, 2 for Pike. Pratt had a pair, scored a pair. He also had a triple. So Pratt kind of doing it all in that one. And then it's Keokuk. And we're 2 back. Actually, everybody's still within 5. And then we beat Keokuk 6-3, and now we're just 1 back. Hopefully we can string some games together. It's a Pratt win. Let Pike with a go-ahead run-scoring triple. Good for him. Then Foran had 2 hits and 2 RBIs, and Pike had 2 hits and 2 RBIs. And suddenly we've won 3 in a row, and we're playing the Cleveland Blues, who are 6-10 on the year, so they're kind of towards the bottom of the pack over there. It's a close one, 5-4. They score 4 in the first, and we chip away, and finally get them in the 7th on 2-run single by Pike. He got 3 RBIs in this one. We had 7 hits, but it was 1, 2, and 3 accounted for 6 of them. So good for them. Pratt picks up another win. Now it's New York. He's back at 500. 13-1. Oh, those blowouts always make me feel good. Make me feel like we're going in the right direction when we get a lot of hits. Fissler has 3 in this one. 2 for Foran. Anson hits another home run. So he's now got the pair, which puts him out in front. He's the only one with 2 so far. And it's Cincinnati. We've grabbed first back. Now it's 6 in a row, 10-2 over Cincinnati. Now, I'm going to say Hugh Campbell had the standout performance. I'm a little frightened that he's starting games now. We're going to have to go check out our rotation. But with 14 hits, he did get 3 RBIs, so I mean, he at least helped at the plate. Foreign went 3 for 5, scored 3 times. So let's go check out what we're doing with our pitching. We decided Campbell's in and Spalding is out. Okay, that is an interesting move. So why is that? I mean, I still think Spalding is probably the better pitcher. I mean, am I going to have to trade? Oh, actually, Campbell's still got good stuff. Interesting. Okay. Must have been a shift in something. Okay. Apparently the home run challenge happened already. That's weird. Goes to Ned Connor. And it's Providence. Winning streak comes to an end. It's a 9-2 loss. Monty Ward gets the win for them. Foreign has 2 of the 5 hits. Pratt gets bounced around a little bit in that one. And it's Boston again. Well, hopefully we're getting these Boston games out of the way early on because we can't seem to beat them. They just have our number. There we get them. 11-4. Whew. And we're getting credit to John Radcliffe. Triple, a double, and 2 singles, scoring 3, driving in 3. Dory Dean gets the win, going the distance. Yeah, 4 hits for Radcliffe, 3 for Foreign, or Foran. We beat Walters, whose ERA did not look good this year. And Providence, we've got that half-game lead we're hanging on to. Full game now, 4-3 win. We just get there. Campbell gets credit for it. 4 hits for Radcliffe, 3 for Pike. And somewhere in here, Holly Hollingshead has stroked a home run while we weren't paying attention. Campbell gets his second win. And now the mutuals again. 7-4. 3 in the third. I think those are going to be the difference makers. Pratt gets the win. I'm going to say Fissler stroked the go-ahead hit, but there's 3 hits for him, 3 for Pike, 3 for Anson, a pair for Ferran. Only 1 extra base hit to Fissler, but it's enough. And Cleveland. A bottom feeder in the American League. Hopefully we can take that, and we do. 10-3. We're back up to a 4-game winning streak, and we're starting to move away. Anson gets credit, 3 for 3, 3 singles, 2 walks, scoring twice, driving in 2. And Dory Dean gets the win. Go to 4-3, which probably should be better than that based on that ERA, but hey, you take what you can get. Now, player development update. Burdock going down. He's getting a little slower. Defensive ratings below average at second. Well, that's not good. Tracy, yeah, he was bound to decline, but again, we didn't get him for his bat. We got him to play as a defensive replacement. He hasn't even been replacement level for most of his career. But we're getting value out of him. And Dale Williams, current and potential control increases, but his overall drops from it. And it's just noise. So, Centennials, we are up 2 games over the Bisons. And it's a 5-3 win over the Centennials. Credit goes to Pratt. We won 5 in a row. He only gives up 6 hits. And we have 11. 3 of them go to Hyam, though. He does some damage out there. Pike with the triple. It's a good game all around. Next up will be Troy and Dick McBride, who his record and his ERA do not match. And we helped that out with a 9-6 win. I hate when they say the key moment happened in the 4th. I don't think that's really when it happened, but okay. 4 hits for Hyam. He drives in a pair. Everybody else was just a single. Hit in this game, Hugh Campbell moves to 3-0. So he suddenly found his way, and we get to play the Worcester Ruby Legs, who have gotten into first place in the American League. And they beat us 8-6. And it was even worse than that because we scored 3 in the bottom of the ninth. Jim O'Rourke, the one who gets credit over there. Pair of hits for Pike and 2 RBI. Anson a pair. Carlton a pair. Carlton got the start. Interesting. Next up, Buffalo again. See if we can separate a little bit. And with that we do. It's a 3-2 win. We get in the bottom of the 8th. Cap Anson hitting the run-scoring double. 2 hits for him and Radcliffe and Foran and Hyam. A lot of extra base hits. We just didn't do a lot with them in this one. Sometimes we get just singles. In that one we had a lot of extra base hits but no runs. Keokuk. 5-3. Campbell gets credit for a good game. 3 hits for Pike, 2 for Anson, and 2 for Radcliffe. Everybody kind of driving runs around. Campbell goes to 4-0. So Jimmy Wood must have known something. Shaking it up, pulling Spalding out of the rotation. Now it's Providence. Been pretty bad. We take advantage. 7-4. We're 21-7, so we are way out in front. Hollingshead goes 3 for 4, 3 singles, a walk, 3 RBIs, scores once. Dory Dean's been struggling. It's the only thing, but he's been in the #1 spot. Foran goes 3 for 4 and drives in 2. All singles in this one for us. Joe Borden sets the National League record for walks at 9 by walking 9. That's interesting. So we'll take advantage of that. Now it's St. Louis and Tim Keefe. And it's a 6-1 win for us. Al Pratt gets credit. Only gives up 3 hits. We only have 9 ourselves. Pike is a pair and Foran is a pair. Only extra base hit is a triple by Foran, his 5th. Devlin really struggling at the plate, hitting 190. Ouch. Ouch, ouch. That's why we saw some Carlton action. Now it's the Athletics again. 5-2. They're just playing 500 ball this year. Foreign run scoring hit. He's been the one having a good year. He goes 3 for 4. Anson 2 for 3. Knocks in a run. He and Pike both are leading the team at 22 RBIs. We haven't really been paying attention to leaders. Foreign actually leading. Average is way down. Foreign's just hitting 338 and Anson 331. And both those guys, and Anson and Pike, both with 22 RBIs. Anson, though, leading in steals. So the Brown Stockings, I guess they are the only St. Louis team right now. We eke it out 5-4. 3 in the 6th is what does it. No, they get 3 in the 6th. We get 3 in the 3rd. Credit's going to go. They're going to give 2 RBIs to Anson. 2 hits, though, to Foran and Hyam. Foran scoring 2 of the runs. Game called in the 8th due to bad weather, so we have a shortened game. Interesting. Both pitchers go the distance, 7, so Dean gets the win there. Now Providence towards the bottom again. We've really separated here. 5-3, a 7-game winning streak. Al Pratt in the groove. 3 runs on 3 hits, striking out 409 pitches over 9 innings. That is good. 2 hits for Fissler. We only get 6 ourselves. Hollingshead has a pair. Foran has 1, but he knocks in 2 again. Pratt gets his 10th win. Coming up next will be Keokuk. Basically a 500 team in the American League. And that gives us 8 in a row with a 3-1 win. Close game. Oh, Spalding gets the start. We're just randomly throwing pitchers around now. He's 4-1. 2 hits for Anson. He gets an RBI, as does Hyam, and Spalding drives in 1 as well. Interesting. Okay, next up, the Bison. 7.5 back. Always good to try to stretch. 6-5 and cross 15 to get our 9th win in a row. We tied it in the 9th and then finally got that go-ahead in the 15th. It's Jim Ferran. Hits a run-scoring single. There's going to be some ugly lines. Pike goes 5 for 8. Wow. Well, he only has 1 RBI. Anson drives in a pair. And the back end of the lineup, our 8 and 9, gets shuffled around pretty much the whole time. Wow. So we made it work. Dean went 9, Knight 2, Galvin went 5 1/3 to pick up the win, and then Campbell came in for the save. And the only Nolan went 14 for them. Wow. That is a long stretch. Next up, Cincinnati. They are in second, 8 back. Can we get the 10 game? We can. 10 game winning streak, 11-4. So Anson is going to get credit, 3 for 4. Okay, that's all. They're going to say up top, 5 RBIs though. He had a home run too. Man, he hit a grand slam with a walk. So that's how you do it. And Pratt goes to 11 and 2. Next up, Boston and our old friend Ryan Walters. Hopefully we can get them again. We won the last one. We win this one. So that's 11 in a row. So Hyam had a 2-run triple. Let's see. Pike had 2 hits. Anson the 1, Hyam the 2. And that's what does it. Spalding gets the win. Anson has taken over. He's got the Triple Crown stats now. He's got RBI, average, and home runs at the moment. And it's Wooster coming up next. And we make it 12. No, 11 is it. But an 11-game win streak usually helps. And Wooster's playing pretty good ball themselves. So can't really fault them on that one. 9 hits, but nobody after the 5th hitter in the lineup gets a single hit. 3 for Fissler. Anson drives in 3. Now it's the Athletics, who have completely imploded and are down towards the bottom. But that didn't stop them from beating us. It's a 6-5. They scored in the 6th and the 8th. Whew. Tough. Tough, tough. 4N drives in 2. Pratt's the only one with a multi-hit game. Even though he takes the loss, he can't do it all. Spin around, play him again. Spin around and lose to him again. We only score 3 in the 8th, which isn't good enough. Devlin goes 3 for 4. Radcliffe and Pike drive in the runs. I think the offensive environment has changed a little bit in the league, because nobody's even hitting 330 right now. So Buffalo. Oh man, we take our 11-game winning streak and then lose 4 in a row. And that's a 7-2 loss. 3 hits for Leonard, 2 for Radcliffe. Leonard getting the start there. Pratt loses again. Next up is Buffalo again. Player development, Jim Hall, going downhill. Yeah, well, not much to say there. I mean, there really isn't much. He's barely... Oh, Fulmer. They decided to extend him. I mean, there's not a need. We'll just do arbitration. We're going to get some cost control, but really not worth it. So we beat Buffalo 9-5. We get off that losing streak. They commit a big error. Pike goes 4 for 5, drives in 4. So big game for him. See, he's got a triple. He had a 2-run triple. Charlie Paber tried the Buffalo record with 2 triples in the game. Okay. How is Charlie doing? I mean, he's still hitting. The defense isn't quite there, but he had some good years with us. Next up, a doubleheader at Cleveland. Hopefully we can sweep it. We do. Both 1-run games, and one that takes 10. And it's Al Spalding who does the damage at the end of the game. I'm trying to figure out that. What was our lineup? Okay, Spalding just was sent in as a pinch hitter. We get 15 hits. It's the top of the lineup that does a lot of the damage. Pike and Foran each have 2 hits and a pair of RBIs. Fissler gets his first home run of the year. And then the next game, it's 3-2, so Spalding gets the game-winning hit in one game and then throws a complete game in the next one. Fissler has 2 hits. Nobody else has more than one. We eke this one out. And there was a couple of rain delays in that one. Now it's Philadelphia. It's the Centennials. McGunnigy, who's doing pretty well compared to the rest of his team. We beat him 3-1 though. It's 4 in a row. We're back to a 750 winning percentage, so we have really turned the corner on this one. Pratt gives us a good start. (13-4), all singles for us. 2 hits for Anson and 2 for Devlin. Anson still hanging on to the Triple Crown. Not that it's a big thing right now. So the next up will be the All-Star teams being announced. And we'll see what we get. So, I mean, I would expect people like Anson and Pike, our regulars. Pratt's probably on there. Oh, and we have a trade we'll get to talk about a little bit, too. So who makes it for us? Pratt gets it. 13-4 with a 2.39 ERA. He is still one of the best pitchers in the league. Hugh Campbell makes it as well. He is 5-0, just kind of as a swing guy. Chaim gets back in, not having as much success as the plate. Part of that may be the offensive environment, but I would expect that average to sneak back up towards 300 here. I mean, he still is just a 28-year-old catcher. Let's see. Fissler and Anson, yeah, kind of figured that. Fissler at 35 picked up another All-Star appearance. Getting to be the old man, but he can still hit and field. Anson leading in Triple Crown categories at the break, so that's good for him. And anybody else? Flip Pike makes it. Sitting 319, so having one of the better averages. He's 35 and still raking. Can still kind of play the field effectively, so we'll take that. That may not last. So we have this one trade to go over as well that happened. So the Centennials sent Henry Gilroy and Dave Pearson to St. Louis for 28-year-old George Fair. So who did the Centennials get? They took that. I don't know why. And they sent who? I think they got ripped off. I mean, he's at least an average catcher, defensive catcher. Can't really hit, but it's something. And Dave Pearson, again, he's the best player in the deal. I don't know why. The Centennials got the 2 best players in the deal. Or traded the 2 best players. Like, that's just... I don't know. That trade makes 0 sense. I mean, what do they see? Can he pitch? No? I don't know. That is a bizarre trade. Okay, so we'll have a second home run challenge. And Stovey wins this one. Okay. And the All-Star game. Young Star. National League 3-0 win. Yeah. Fissler scores a run. Anson has a hit. And an RBI. And that's Well, the half of it. For us, Pratt pitches an inning, Campbell gets the win after throwing an inning. Let's play one more day. Yeah, there we go. That's what we've been trying to get to. It's a personal message. Yeah, you think our bullpen ERA is better? Yeah, you like Foran now. You're okay with that. Expiring personnel issue. So Jesse Stevens, our bench coach. I mean, he's in the same vein. I think we extend him 5 years at 100. How does that sound? Thanks. So that problem solved. Team trainer, Davila. We haven't had any injuries. I think we go ahead and go for it. 5 at 60, will you take it? Thanks. So, with that, our top prospects, those are our guys because we have not moved them up. We are starting to stack that up because they are all in the minors. But with that, we will end this, hopefully, in the second half of the season. We can continue our winning ways. We've built up a 7.5 game lead. Hopefully, we can stay away from the Red Legs in the playoffs. So thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.